welcome back to another plugin review. I have to re-record this video today due to the fact that my mic wasn't working. Oh, damn it. Anyways, we are gonna take a look at the Luck Perms today. I did it already before, but I'm gonna just do it again. So let's do the Lucky Perm command, which shows us to do help. When you take a look at that one, it includes a lot of commands. It's basically the full management suite for managing permissions in a total of everything. Yes, it's a lot to take in. So let's just take a look and go over them one by one. These are for the user related commands. So you put a user in a group and such. You can also manage groups with a command, which is this one. You can make a track and manage tracks that allow people to promote and demote themselves or somebody else or on certain criteria. You can watch logs commands to see the logs and such. You can sync and reload the data from other plugins, which makes a list of permissions that currently all plugins use. It does it by default on startup as a server, so it's normally not necessary to use this command. Then we have the info command, which prints generic information. The editor, I'm just gonna show it in a second. The debug you can ignore. If there is a problem, they can ask you to use the debug. The verbose is very handy because it shows you what permission you are missing. For example, if you're walking and there are permission checks, you can see all the permissions that are getting to check on you. And if you're missing a plugin, it results in false. So yeah, that one. And then you have the tree to show a tree view of the permissions known to Lucky Perms based on the scope you give it. You can search for a certain permission. You can check a user with their permission if they have it or not. You can sync it for the full network because it's made on such a way that it works on all the servers you have on the same network and can sync between them. You can import or export data to a file or from a file. You can reload the config, create group, delete group, list groups, create a track like I told you before, and delete and list the tracks. Well, I've already created the groups in the last video. So I'm gonna create list groups. As you can see, they are here. You can click on them to see more information about them. The group, the weight, the display name. So, if I go to the editor, I get a link. This link shows all the groups and players. You can also filter it out to the user by simply using LP user editor or LP group, the group name editor, basically those commands. But this one is the global one. So let me open it and be right back. Well, I'm in the preview screen for the editor. The editor is basically a web browser based editor based on their GitHub repo. Here it is, github.io. You can see the permissions I've already added. You can create more permissions by simply typing the permission you want to add. For example, I want to give myself the CMI TP command. I just type CMI and I get a lot of permission nodes already on my screen. It searches all the plugins on your server for known permissions, and if it has some, it shows them here. So if I want to do the command, as you can see, it filtered it out, and I want to teleport, so TP. And as you can see here, if you type something wrong, you can also see suggestions. So I want to add this one, and I click add. You can see that it adds. You can change an expiry when a permission is removed from a group, for example, from a certain time. You can choose which server. You can use global to use it on all servers or a specific server by entering its name. Same for the world, but then the world on the server where it counts on, so you can have a certain permission in a certain world. And the context is an advanced feature, which I still don't understand fully, completely, so I'm not gonna explain something I don't know correctly. You can edit the groups over here, but you can also edit the person itself, and which is group.admin. Group.admin is my group node, which means I am in the group admin. I can edit this to anything I want. For example, I can edit this to my group, and then I'm in this group. and if I change it back to admin, I'm back in that group. So you can do it out of the game, but also in the game. Basically everything you can do here, you can also do in the game. But I used to recommend this page because it's very easy to handle. This one shows everything at once in tabs on the top of the screen, but it can be very annoying if you have a lot of users. So you can use the LP space group name space group groups space group name space editor to edit just that group's its permissions itself. When you're done with editing, you can click the save icon on the right top, or do Ctrl S and copy this by clicking on it. When you go back to the game, which I'm currently doing, I can do Ctrl V and then enter to apply the changes to it. I just added one permission now, the TP command, so it adds it to the group admin. And that's basically how this whole plugin is based on. The only difference what it doesn't have is the usage of a chat management and support for the World Guard areas. For World Guard you need the add-on, and for the chat support you need a chat manager that does the prefix and suffix handling. You can set them in this plugin. You can't use them in this plugin. You need a chat manager for it. Just to be clear enough. For the verbose command, when I do that, you can see an information about that, and if I turn it on and I start doing stuff, for example, I'm breaking block, you can see here that it checks that there is a permission check ws.build, which says I have the permission, but if I haven't, it says false. And then I can see that I do not have the permission to use that. So that's basically how it works, the verbose. Look at that one. You can see that if I do the command, or basically stuff, you can see it loads it up completely. Those perms are all checked if I have them or not. Anyways, I can always use, it does it when I'm typing. I can always use the upload command to upload the data on my screen here to the same overview as the group manager online to preview it more quickly. But for now I'm gonna turn it off because I'm not use their resources if not necessary. So let's get to the score in a few moments, and yeah, be right back. And we have the final score, which is 3.7 stars. Yes, it's there. 3.7 stars for version 4.2.58, which basically says that it's a good plugin. For more information, you can find that all on the written review on my website, which also contains the link to that plugin. I thank you all for watching and see you all next time. Good luck!